Hey, hey, hey. Good evening. Happy Sunday. This is Alexis Champagne here coming with a quick meal for Sundays so you don't overexert yourself. For the girlies who are just trying to do what they do, and for some of the guys who just want some shrimp, broccoli, and brown sauce without having to dodge bullets because Jimmy's is really fire, but hey, it's a lot cheaper and a lot safer. Got it. Bet. So we're going to start off with our broccoli florets. Let me turn this around. Yeah, better. Broccoli florets. This is what we're going to do with some shrimp. You want to do this heating up your skillet, medium heat. Wait till the skillet gets, put a little splash of water and you'll see if your skillet is sizzling. The water will dance around. And you lower the temperature while you're adding the oil because you got to get everything else together, right? You're going to add your garlic. And you're going to add about 2 tablespoons of sesame oil, right? You're going to add I love garlic, so I'll add a full teaspoon of garlic, but you could do a half teaspoon of garlic. About a half centimeter of ginger paste if you have regular ginger, a very thin slice, depending on your tolerance of ginger, because it's an acquired taste. You're going to use, when you're making your sauce, your brown sauce, maybe a tablespoon of honey, a tablespoon and a half of honey. You're going to use about 2 to 3 tablespoons of oyster sauce. Oyster sauce is very flavorful. If you don't like a heavy, earthy taste, maybe about 2 tablespoons, right? About 2 to 3 tablespoons of cornstarch to thicken your sauce. You're going to add the flakes afterwards for taste, and it's really up to you how much goes into that. Look, I love using this sriracha salt. It's really, really spicy and it's really, really salty. So use at your own discretion. You can definitely substitute with sea salt. I like to see the pepper when I'm eating, so I usually like to use coarse black pepper. Badia is actually starting to be one of my new faves because, McCormick has some stuff with it. So this has been a real quick to do on the shrimp broccoli brown sauce part, right? So like I said, you're going to start on a low burning pan, right? You're going to start adding gradually all the seasonings. Once you get those in there, you turn it down very, very low and you add your broccoli. Once you've coated your broccoli and the seasonings, then you're going to add your shrimp. To me, it's optional if you add the Old Bay, but I don't use shrimp without Old Bay, and I don't use Old Bay without shrimp. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if it's anything seafood involved, at least a 1/4 tablespoon of Old Bay goes in it for me. So that's optional for you. You just want the Oriental, the Chinese food experience, you do you, right? For me, I'm using jasmine rice because it gets sticky like the Chinese food, right? Use your regular instructions. Jasmine rice, and definitely cook. Wait till it thickens up. Let it rest for about 5 to 10 minutes and then serve over your rice. If you're using parboiled rice, remember to rinse that because it has a lot of extra starch. Jasmine rice doesn't need to be really rinsed because it doesn't have as much starch, but it does get sticky. Oh yeah, I forgot the rice vinegar thing. If you have any rice vinegar, use it. If not, apple cider vinegar will suffice. Hope this helps. Happy Sunday, and I hope that recipe you can enjoy. Yep, it's pretty good. And remember, hey, if you didn't bring your feathers to ruffle, I wouldn't be ruffling them.